We are recording. Welcome to our call tonight, guys. We haven't done one in a while, and I'm very sorry for that. It's been kind of crazy over here with the girls transitioning into summer, and I feel like I'm out of whack, but I am back. I'm not going to be out of whack anymore. After listening to the 10X rule, I am like on fire, and I'm going to share with you guys some great notes from that book later. Now is the time. Oh, actually, our call. We are going to be doing our call not every week. I think it was a little too overwhelming for me and everything I have going on. So we're now going to be doing it bi-weekly. So every other Wednesday night. I found that Monday was kind of a hard day with starting the week up again, and my husband is off. It was just kind of a crazy day. So Wednesday is like great. It's like you're back in the groove of working out and eating healthy and connecting with everyone. I love Wednesday night. So it's like a great work night. Get ready for Thursday. So mark that down. It's going to be every other Wednesday, and it's hard to do so many one-on-one calls. So it's just going to be a great time to come together and connect and feel like a family team and bring your concerns and your questions. And I'm super casual, nothing formal. I'm not going to have some big motivation every other week. It's going to be just maybe sharing some things in my mind that I sense or I feel, or some struggles that some of you are having that I feel everyone needs to hear, or just a big Q&A. I mean, we'll just play it by ear every other Wednesday. So a couple things that I put together at the top of my head for you guys, some announcements that I want you to plug into, and then just a couple topics, just short, simple things. Success Club, it is the last day tomorrow. We gotta lock that in. We gotta finish it. I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't get Success Club. If you are a Beachbody coach, if you are running for your goals, this is non-negotiable. So you have till midnight tomorrow night to lock it in. We have the specials. I mean, it's still the 21-day fix for $140. Those are like the best specials ever. I sell it to everyone because I truly believe everyone needs to experience that, unless they've had maybe injuries or they have a special issue going on. But I love the 21-day fix. I recommend that. You've got to lock in Success Club, guys. So you got to go look at the scripts. I just posted a new fresh of scripts that I learned from the Art of Recruiting with Josh Coates. I paid a lot of money for this training, and I'm going to be doing it for you guys starting Tuesday. I've come together with Shannon Leach, Susan Antunes, and we are kind of recreating the same information, and we're giving it to you. So please, if you're not in that group, reach out to me. I posted it in Fit Fanatics, the link to join. But I mean, my business has already shifted from joining this Art of Recruiting. I mean, just alone in June, I'm at Success Club 21 as of today, and that's not my norm, to be honest with you. My goal every month is like Success Club 10 to 15, and then I shift to focus on the team. And this training just brought so much momentum. I looked at things from a different angle, and he just shared so many great ways on how to share instead of sell, and just some great training on Instagram, and just so many different ways to share this business. And so I'm going to give it to you on a silver platter. That's what being a leader is. It's just kind of trickling it down through the downline. So please join that group Tuesday and commit. It's a 4-week training, and 4-week trainings to me, it feels like it drags on and a lot of people fall off. But let me tell you, it will really be worth your time. And it's golden. I mean, I paid $200 for this training, and normally it's valued, if he were to do it by himself or with someone by themselves, it's over a couple thousand. So because he got so many Beachbody coaches together to do it, it was a cheaper price for everybody. But he is a top leader in the John Maxwell community. I think you have to do some type of training for that, but he's phenomenal, awesome. So be on the lookout, join that, please. I beg you, if you want to run with this, there's no reason why you shouldn't be in there. But the scripts that I shared with you guys, going back to that in our files, that's what he gave us. And he has helped tons and tons of coaches in the top 10 get to where they are, which is pretty awesome if you ask me, and tons of coaches even in the top 100. So he has a lot of experience with working with Beachbody coaches and asking the scripts that work, and I think he combined the best ones. And I love the ones that I posted. They're honestly so simple, so short. It's just most people are not using them. They're not maybe going back and messaging the comments and the likes from their posts, or staying consistent, and they're not having anyone to go and share those scripts with, or you're just not inviting. So these scripts are easy. You don't have to try to make something up or at the top of your head and be creative. It's there. It's just, you got to use it. Everything is there at your fingertips, all the resources. You just have to be resourceful. Okay, so anyways, about that, this specials, I announced them today. Corporate announced them. They are, again, they're rolling over the 21-day fix and the extreme, and I believe it was hardcore, all at an amazing $140 price. And they do this because it's summer, and summer seems to be slow. But for me, I don't see that as an obstacle with people, or I mean with kids out of school and with parents maybe out of work, catering to their kids. Motivation is gone. I mean, I know that I have lost a little fitness motivation, but the business motivation, and I'm getting the fitness back. I'm starting Tuesday, all in, all that great stuff. But I don't see that as an excuse, to be honest. Like, this is a record breaker month for me, and it's only because I have been applying the 10X rule. And I know the 10X, just the name of it is like intimidating, but it just really shows that when you put in, 100% effort, you're gonna get out 100% results. And a lot of people don't see that. So I'm gonna go into that in a minute. Summit, if you're going to Summit, I know some of you guys are going for the first time that I see you on this call, and it's gonna be so exciting. I can't wait to just give you a hug, and not a virtual hug, like a real hug, and a kiss, and say, oh my gosh, like, this is awesome. You get to actually like breathe and feel what Beachbody is all about. And it's just so near to my heart, the feelings that I felt at my first Super Saturday and first event, that this is real. This isn't just some like part-time thing on the internet and let me just do it here and there. Like, this is real. And I saw the lives being changed. I saw mortgages being ripped up on stage. I saw tears flowing. I saw lives transform. And that's when I said, I'm going to do the same thing. If they could do it, why not me? And there's just something so special about actually being there and not just hearing about it. Because I could share so many success stories with you guys, right, in the team pages, and for some reason, it doesn't resonate until you actually get there and you feel the emotion. You just feel the camaraderie. So if you're not going to Summit, this has to be on your calendar right now. It's going to be next year in July sometime. We don't know where it's going to be because they signed a contract with Nashville for 2 years. So this is the second year. So we're all kind of like at the edge of our seat seeing where it's going to be. So plan on being there. It's a game changer. I was at my first Summit a year and a half into the business. And I know some of you are way newer than that. I wish I would have gone, but I had signed up in March and I watched my coach and everyone go in July. So I was only a couple months in, and I was so jealous and envious that I couldn't be there and seeing all the motivational posts. So it's worth it. My business completely changed in a year and a half just from attending an event. People were asking me where I was and what I was doing. So that's the reasoning too behind Summit, to show people you're invested. That is another 10X rule. I'm going to be like quoting this book forever, just like I've been quoting GoPro for 3 years. This is my new book to quote because it is just so phenomenal. I'm posting our team calendar tomorrow. It is going to be, all the trainings that we have, all the team calls that we have, and you got to plug into these things. When Christina gives me her team calendar for her PS page, I literally do the same thing. I have it on my desktop, and I go and I put in my own trainings, and I kind of tweak it. And I put in our Fit Fanatics team calls and maybe the guest speakers that I have for us. And we have an awesome one lined up for, I believe it's on the 18th, Jamie O'Rear. She is someone I admire in Diesel Nation. She started a little bit before me, but she just became an 8-star diamond. And I think she's like a 1-star in her second CBC, but she's just so inspiring. She's also a top coach and 6-figure earner. And oh my goodness, she's amazing. But I have her lined up for our team. I think it's the 19th, actually. It's a Tuesday, but it's going to be on the calendar. I highly recommend, if you're ready to get organized and really make this a business, and that's the next thing I'm going to talk about, please get this calendar. I posted it one time in my PS page, but I always post it in Rock the Basics. It's on Amazon. It's a success calendar. It has like even success quotes, but what I love is it's just day to day. Like, it's amazing. And then at the end of the week for notes, I write down all the things that I need to do that week. I have it open. So I know by the end of the week, I need to make a welcome video for my Rock the Basics. I'm starting to up my stuff and make more videos. I know that I need to do a live call. I need to make an event for that halfway through our recruiting training, so you guys can invite to that. So this keeps me honestly so organized. So another thing, besides being organized and getting on this schedule, because I know a lot of you don't treat this like a business and you're just in and out here and there. But if you're ready, guys, if you're ready to make this like a business, you need to be organized with this. And my whole life was out of whack when I started this business. I was working literally 24/7. Justin was annoyed. I think everyone was annoyed because I was just glued to my phone and the computer. Now that I literally put everything in here, it's so organized. Like, it organizes everything for me. He knew I had a call tonight. I unplugged for a while. I volunteered. Like, I was the mom and the wife I wanted to be today. But if it wasn't for this calendar, I probably would not have been like that. So this calendar has shifted a lot in my business. And I only got this maybe like 3 to 4 months ago. So other than that, I was living out of a Target calendar, but it wasn't the same. Okay, so treating your business like a business. This is one of the topics I'm going to talk about besides recruiting, just very simple stuff. Like I said, this calendar, guys, like, this is my business. This is me treating this business like a business by being organized. So if you guys want to make an exponential income and provide a wealth for your family, you have to make a decision. And that's the reason why I'm doing this call too. I want to see decisions being made. I feel like a lot of you guys are in and out. And I know you guys have other jobs. And I know maybe it's not your goal. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Maybe it's not your goal to make a huge, crazy income from here and provide wealth for your family. And guess what? That is okay. Like, my goals does not have to be yours, but I just want to know your goals. I think that's where I'm at. I kind of want to start fresh. I want to know your goals. I want to hold you accountable before we get to the end of the year and start a new year. Believe it or not, I know we're talking about like ending the year now and starting a new year, but like after July, things go really fast after Summit, and then the holidays roll in. So if you want to make big moves, like I'm talking big moves, like some of you have said you wanted to make a full-time income, or you want to maybe retire yourself in the next year or two, now would be the time, because you're going to end the year with hitting great goals, and that gives you momentum to start the next year. So I don't want to be like having this conversation at the end of the year and it's just too late. So I'm giving you a heads up. I'm here to run with those that want to run. I'm never too busy. I think one of my coaches said to me last week, and it was like, oh, like a dagger in the heart. Like, I feel like you're always busy and I don't want to bother you. And that hurt me. Like, it was like it also made me mad because I live for this business. I live to help you guys. Like, I mean, obviously I've gotten to where I am because I help people succeed. I help you guys, but I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm too busy for like you. Like, I run with those that run, and I help you. I get on calls with you. I'll get on a live call. I'll meet up with you if you're in the area. So please know, I'm never too busy to help you reach your goals, to strategize, to even complain if you want. You could rant about whatever you want to rant about. That's what I'm here for. Of course, I hate negativity, but unfortunately, there is going to be negativity sometimes within your mindset, and we got to change that. So if you have big goals, just know I'm here for you. I'm going to hold you accountable, and I have to know your goals. A lot of you, I feel maybe I don't know your goals, and I see you dabbling with social media or dabbling in our team page, and I don't see maybe some that are very serious with setting business hours and actually doing the daily activities that you need to do. And, if you're just halfway in, you're just going to get halfway results. So, you can't stop holding yourself back anymore if you really do want this. So if you're on a call on 9/17 on a Wednesday night and you're married, or you have a significant other, or you have kids, this obviously is important to you, right? So I want to help you guys. I see all of you that are on, and I could tell you want it, and so I'm here for you. Whatever little goal, big goal, please, I want to help you. So another important thing that I want to talk about is recruiting. I know this is like such a weird word for some of you, but really it's not. Just like having people join your challenge group, recruiting and sponsoring definitely needs to be part of your everyday activity. So, if you go to my timeline, I'm always, pre-thinking little posts about objections and things that people say to me, just little ideas about why I love coaching, how it's changed my life, and just thinking about all my coaches that have joined. I just start writing ideas down. I just have a coaching notepad and just the ideas go, and they flow. Because if not, I forget them. But if you go and look at my timeline, I share coaching every single day. And some might think it's crazy and overwhelming and, whoa, I don't think you could do that. But you got to get out of your comfort zone and start sharing this. And this is the biggest mistake that most coaches do not do. Let me repeat, the biggest mistake that coaches do not do, and something that I didn't do either in the very beginning because I was so afraid. But as I began to, believe in myself and become more comfortable, I started to realize this is a gift that we're giving to people. And as soon as I started to share this opportunity, I realized my business took off it took off, but it really took off like a jet in the sky. So I want to help you guys do that because that is what's going to get the ball rolling. If you haven't signed any coaches, I need to help you. We need to get on a call. I need to help you. There's a disconnect. There has to be a reason why you're not. And I'm sure you can even pinpoint why you're not. So number one is you have to share the coaching opportunity. It doesn't have to be this big, huge post of, join my opportunity. It's like the best thing since sliced bread. And it has to be like this essay. No, it just has to be little sentences, maybe 2 sentences on why you became a coach, why you were hesitant to become a coach. What are the objections you had before joining? What are some of the things that you feared? And why are you doing this? What are your goals for the future? Those are the reasons why people join you and why they're intrigued in this business. Not necessarily all fitness and Shakeology. That actually turns people off real fast. People want to know your reasoning behind it. And if they know that there's a good reason behind you being a coach, they're more likely to join a small business rather than, a bigger business. That's another thing from the 10X rule. Let people fall in love with you, your story, and that's what sells on this opportunity. So go on your timeline every single night and just kind of scroll through it and say, am I sharing the opportunity at least once a day? And then you do need a call to action at least once a week saying, hey, the next sneak peek is in, 3 days. I'd love to add you to get a little glimpse. And of course, you got to share the why behind that. And in the Art of Recruiting group, starting on Tuesday, you are going to learn exactly how to post your transformation, how to share your story, how to share the coaching opportunity, all these amazing ways like I'm telling you right now. So you want to grow a good income, you have a strong why, we need to start sharing the opportunity. And I'm here to help you guys with that. It took time. It took a lot of time to master it. And I always am improving, always finding new ways. But what I'm doing is definitely working, and it's just sharing little tidbits. So I want to help you, I want to help you. If it's working for me, I have to help you also. So please reach out. And also the scripts, go in D Dream Team in the files, and there is another awesome script on the opportunity. He puts it in just a really great one-liner for someone that liked or commented on your opportunity posts. Or maybe just your regular natural post of you sharing the opportunity in a couple sentences. I actually go and reach out to those people. So that's why it's super important for you to stay consistent on social media, because if not, it's like you don't have anything to work with. Those people liking and commenting are work. Those are great people to reach out to. And as you begin to expand your network, running free groups and getting mutual friends and getting in Facebook groups, and you're expanding your network every week with new people, you need new eyeballs on your story. If not, the same people are seeing the same story, and eventually they might join, but you just always need new people. That's why you see me saying the same thing over and over again. I even get annoyed at my posts too sometimes because I feel like I'm repeating myself. But guess what? It's a really good thing. because all of the new people that I add to my network, they are seeing my story. And there's a science with Facebook. Not everyone is seeing your posts. So the people that you engage with the most, like liking, commenting, and messaging, those people are going to see your post the most. So if you find yourself liking and commenting on the same people's posts, those are the only people you are going to see. So the same for them. It's such a science. So you got to be sharing more. If you think you're sharing maybe once a month, it's not enough. If you're sharing once a week, I don't think it's enough. So even every other day, fine. But I think if you love this and this is like a big goal, like why not just share like a little bit, even within your health and fitness post, like a one-liner. A couple ways to recruit. So I'm going to share, I know I just shared a bunch, but I actually wrote down like a couple awesome ways. So you got to set a goal. I think setting goals, how many people you actually want to bring into this business a month. I think the coaches that aren't bringing in any coaches are not setting goals, right? So even if it's one coach, you want to bring in one coach a month, right? And you already have one coach and you want to hit Emerald rank. Well, if you're not setting a goal for that one coach, it's more than likely not going to happen. And a lot of times in the 10X rule book, I just heard this, people set goals way below what they think they can achieve. And they aren't even coming close to the goal that they set because they're not pushing themselves. So it's so important to set like crazy audacious goals for yourself. I said I wanted success of 15 to 20 this month. I couldn't believe I'm at 21 right now. But I just worked so hard and I pushed myself beyond my limits that it happened. So you got to set a bigger goal that I think that you think you're capable of. That's so important. So for me, next month, I'm going for like 8 coaches. This month, I think I'm at 6 or 7. I'm going for 8. I'm pushing myself above and beyond. And let's see, the next one, you've got to dig into your customer list. A lot of times we have so many customers and so many customers, and we're not taking advantage of them maybe, being on Shakeology. They love it. They have been on it for 3 or 4 months or beyond that. And maybe we haven't presented the opportunity to them. Or maybe we haven't said, hey, you're doing what I'm doing. Like, why not sign up as a coach and make a little extra money? Why not get your Shakeology paid for? You can make a little side income doing it if you want. I always use this script. I'd love to help you get it cheaper, possibly for free. And I would love to send you some more information about my story and how this coaching opportunity could alter your life if you're open to it. More than likely they say yes. They never say, no, don't send it to me. So if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. I know you guys have heard that before. And then share how coaching, what it's done for you, what it has done for people around you before coaching and then after coaching. People have to kind of relate somewhere in that story. So I think we're missing the relatable point to a lot of people. They just see how it's so amazing and a great opportunity, but they don't see the relatable aspect of it. Address objections. I mentioned that. Sign up your family, guys. I know a lot of you have a goal to get to Emerald, Ruby, or Diamond. I see you guys on this call. If you haven't signed up your family members, I highly suggested it. When we first started this, I couldn't afford to sign up Justin and then my mom. I just got the smaller products to keep their accounts active, but I knew it was a small investment for my business in the future. So I signed them up and now they're sitting under a crazy amount of volume and income, and I'm still trying to tap into that now after 3 years. So it's worth it. It really, really is worth it because you're going to have a rock star that signs up under you and they're going to sign tons of coaches and you're going to wish you would have gotten your family up there at the top. And I learned that from Jason Dybo, and I knew that if someone was a millionaire in this business and they told me to do that, I was going to listen to them. And he signed all his family, like his mom and his father and his brother or something from what I can remember. And now his parents don't work. He's able to be present for them. He's able to help them out. And I have been thinking about it long and hard because I've had 2 coaches actually tell me about they're taking care of their parents and it's draining them. And my heart goes out to them, especially, my father passed. I watched my stepmother try to care for my father, and money was, it was tight, it was hard. And so imagine being able to provide that, taking care of your parents one day. Like would be such a blessing. So, you know, to get my parents in there and they have an income already underneath them and they're building that up, I mean, that's a gift, I feel like. Of course, I'm putting in the effort and the time, but it's also helping me too. So it's a blessing both ways. The next one, challenge groups. That is where I'd say at least like 70, 80% of my coaches come from, because I'm empowering them to get a great transformation, and I'm empowering them to lead the challenge group. I'm saying, hey, you know, every challenge group now I'm saying, can you help me co-host it? Can you like and comment on everyone's post if you can? Just show support. And they feel, you know, when the time comes that I present the opportunity, that they feel a little empowered. Like, why not me? I'm doing the same thing as she is, you know? So that's another great way, is empower your challengers, help them get great transformations. Whether you just have a couple of them, work so hard on them. You have to go back to the basics. I know recruiting is great and treating your business is great, but I love that Carl Daikeler's mission lately is to really get back to the basics. Like, our job is to help people. And when you help someone feel like a transformed person from the inside out, I know I felt so great that I wanted to jump on this immediately. And so I look back at all of my great leaders on the team. And as you guys can tell, I mean, just to name a couple, Tammy Napolis, Farron Axelrod, Shannon Leach was already pretty much in shape, but she just fell in love with the challenge group community. Susan Antoinez, kind of the same thing. She was at discount for a while, but loved the community. Who else? Lisa Markowski. There's so many awesome leaders. I look back and I think the challenge group is where it all started. They fell in love with the community. They had an amazing transformation, whether it was just they felt skinny fat, you know, they were already in great shape, but they just felt different in the inside because of that challenge group. But it starts with a group. It starts with truly helping someone and feeling good about themselves, where they want to turn around and give someone else the same experience. So that's what we need to really get back to. And I love that that's Carl Daikeler's mission right now. So if you go on his timeline, it's so motivating. I love watching his videos time to time, and I always share them in the team page if they're extra special. But he's always like, get back to helping people. And that ultimately leads to your goals and to the opportunity and all of that great stuff. So use the scripts, invite to the opportunity with the scripts, and invite to your challenge group with the scripts. They work, guys. So the 10X rule, I wanted to save the best for last. I know some of you guys, can you raise your hand if you have read this book? I think some of, right? Ashley has. Shannon, right? No? Okay. So Mari and Shannon, who else is on this call? And Simone, I can't see you. I think you're on. Get on this book. I'm going to read for those of you who haven't, and I know it's good to kind of rehear it for those that have listened to it or read it, but it's just so amazing. And I think we all need to operate like this book if you're going for big goals. And it made so much sense. Like last month, just to give you an example, I kind of just went for the average or the normal for me, which is Success Club, like 10 to 15. And I didn't think, wow, that's a lot. But honestly, if, you know, like you have big goals like I do, that's just average. And so I knew that reading this book, listening to what he had to say, I was going to need to do better. And it just showed. I was like an experiment, because I implemented everything he said. And it blows my mind. It like gives me chills, because this works. But not everybody is willing, right, to put in that effort and to, you know, put 10 times actions into their life. They're okay with settling with the average, with the normal. And one thing he said about normal is that it's a slow killer, I think it was. And it's true. It's not going to get you beyond where you're at. It's just going to make you reverse. So I think in this business, if you have big goals for Success Club and helping people and growing your team, we need to set the goal higher. We need to raise the bar higher, because if not, right, Success Club 5 is just it's just a bare minimum. You're gonna help 3 people a month, right? But after the 3 people, it's a numbers game. 1 out of 15 or 20 actually join you for the opportunity. So that's not enough. That's not bringing enough people in, because it's going to take you a good 2 to 3 months maybe to get a great coach. So, I mean, 1 out of 15 to 20 is a phenomenal coach. And I've noticed that within my number. So I've signed probably over 200 coaches at this point, and I look back at how many awesome leaders I have, and it's about 20. And that's not a big number. I mean, as far as leaders, like leaders making a full-time income that are lifers, that have ran with the whole thing, they're star diamonds, they are phenomenal coaches. So it just shows you, if you want to get above and beyond, Success Club 5 that's average. So we got to put in more invites. We need to share the opportunity more. We need to be on our A game with our health and fitness, be reading more personal development, like just do the 3 vital behaviors times 10. So that's what this book really is about. And I feel like it relates to so many businesses and just life in general, and even goes into talking about your marriage and relationships. If you are only putting in 5 times, right, the effort, you're only going to get 5 times the results. Or if it's average, it's just going to be average results. So it made me think too, if I put more effort into my marriage, if I put more effort into my business, if I put more effort into being a mom, I'm going to get better results. And I have it on Audible, so I was running, and as I was listening to him in that point in the book, I was like running harder, because he also talks about health and fitness. And he's like, if you put in more actions into your health and your fitness, you're going to get better results. And I know this is common sense, like duh, but let me tell you, it just was a little aha moment for me, because at times you do feel like you're kind of settling or just average, and I want to be above average. I don't know if you guys want to be, but like I want to be above average. I have really big goals for my family, and I think too many people are settling. And so I feel like, if we're on this big mission already with Beachbody, it's a pretty big mission. We gotta like be in it together and have the same goal. So let me read this to you, because I feel like I could talk about this all day. So just a couple things he says about success is important. It is your duty, and there is no shortage of success. And I think it's a big misconception. It's like, well, there's already so many coaches, right? And I don't know if I could be successful, and maybe there's already too much success. And I think I was starting to like tell myself those lies too at one point, until I read this book. Like, no, there's already top 10, and I don't think I ever want that spot, which that's not my goal. But you know what I mean? Like, it just, those little things get to you. But it made me think that we're all worthy of success. We all can achieve whatever success we want in life. And I think Beachbody is honestly the best outlet. And I'm living proof of that. So you will never attain success if you do not believe that it's important. So I want you to believe right now that it is important to you. And it starts with belief. And I think a top coach said this in The Wall, Dave Ward. He went live in our Beachbody study group. It's not actually The Wall. It's a study group where it's only 5-star and up coaches. Corporate's not in there. And people tell their true feelings, and people go live in there doing little, talks for just us top coaches. And it's a great like security place where we can come. And one thing he said I would love for him to share it on like his timeline so I can share it with you guys. But he said most people in this business, and I think I've shared this, they don't have belief. And they don't have a strong why. And they do, but there's a reason they're not super successful. And maybe they're missing one of those, a strong belief and a strong why. And you got to have both. You can't just have a strong why, because what if you don't believe in yourself? But then what if you believe in yourself and you don't have a strong why? And I went back and actually looked. I have a lot of coaches like that. Belief comes through personal development, because guys, I didn't believe in myself before this journey. I feel like I changed and a new person from it. So, you got to believe in yourself that you could do this, that you are worthy and you can achieve success, and you got to have that strong why. So if you don't have a strong why, dig within yourself and think, why do I want this? So I started to believe in myself, and I had a strong why. Those two things are a big recipe for success. And you're going to notice that with your coaches too, that you onboard. They need both, and we need to instill that in them. It is your responsibility in life to live up to your full potential, right? You don't want to settle for average. I know that I don't. I want to make a big impact. I want to leave a legacy. I know when I leave this earth, I want everyone to say, man, she was so inspiring. Every day, like, she put in so much work. She got up early. She tried to provide the best for her family. She wanted to leave this legacy of being healthy, fit, and living a free life. Like, that's my full potential. Being a great mom and wife and being present, like that resonates with me as being a strong wife. So you too, what full potential do you want to live up to? And it's so crazy how things work out that I'm saying this now, because I just had a thought in my head when I left Panera Bread after picking the girls up today. We went for lunch after their camp, and there was a lady interviewing someone behind us when we were walking to our car, and she was asking this girl, I guess for a job interview it might have been, she said, what are your aspirations and goals for the future? And as I heard her talk, this girl was like on fire. And I tried to slow down with the girls. I had both of them next to me, and I was just listening, and I was so intrigued. And I just thought, like, she's going to start a new job. She has big goals, big aspirations. She's like fresh out of college, and I didn't really hear too many details, but I was really inspired by that. And now I'm just thought of it saying, what is your full potential? What do you want to live up to for your full potential? And I kind of feel like that has to do with goals and aspirations in your life. So think about that. That's like cool how that just connected now in my head. But I think we all have them, and I think we're just settling. So you guys got to get this 10X book. It's just so mind-blowing. Becoming the person you are meant to be. So are you becoming the person you are meant to be, right? Because I know 3 years ago, like, I wasn't becoming. I know it sounds crazy, but I was at home with my girls. You think I'd be so happy, but I was missing something. I wasn't becoming the person that I wanted to be. So are you becoming the person that you want to be right now? You owe it all. You owe it all. Wait, I didn't write that right. You owe it all to the people around you to be the best version of yourself. I took notes on this as I was listening to it real fast. Do you believe this? Think about it for a second. Do you believe that you can achieve your full potential? Do you believe, like I said, the belief part, that you can get to those goals and those aspirations? So belief is a big part. Anyone can attain success because there is no shortage of it. Anyone can achieve success. I mean, guys, there's people like having crazy amount of success with the stupidest technology I've ever seen out there, or the dumbest product. Anyone can achieve it. And you can see Beachbody gives you on a silver platter how to achieve success, which is mind-blowing to me. And so many people don't take advantage of this opportunity. It's not a fixed size because it is forever expanding. So success, it is not a fixed size. It is forever expanding. You becoming a successful person doesn't mean that another person has to fail. So do not limit what you can achieve in life. This point is often what holds people back. They think that if they succeed, others will fail, so they never push themselves 10 times more than they're capable of. And that is so stinking true. But if you change your mindset, success is important. Success is your duty, and there is no shortage of success. Imagine how much you could accomplish and how much good you could do in the world. So I want you guys to ask yourself, how bad do you want this? And are you willing to put in 10 times more the effort than you are normally putting in? It's a decision. And I wanted to share with you as the last thing as we close, and we'll open up to questions, the 4 degrees of action that he talks about, because I think it's good that you know what action you're putting in. And so there's 4, and I loved these takeaways. 1 is do nothing. Well, obviously you're not doing nothing because you're on the call, but I think in many different areas. So don't think like, well, I am doing my health and fitness, but in all different areas. And are you doing personal development? Are you inviting to opportunity? Are you inviting to your challenge group? Are you showing up and being proof? Are you on your A game? So do nothing is number 1. You accept whatever life throws your way. You do not take any type of action forward in life. How is this working for you? And I think a lot of people are just settling and not taking any action in their life. And it's a result of where they are, right? A lot of times now I'm like analyzing through all this personal development. There's a reason why, people are where they are and how they are. I mean, it's choices that they have made in their life, right? That has gotten them to where they are right now. So think about that. Do you want to do nothing, right, with this business? Because guess what? 5 years is gonna fly by. Like, you wouldn't even believe. 3 years have flown by for me, and I'll be into my 4th year starting next March. that's mind-blowing to me. And so a year can change your whole life like it did for me. So just think about that. Retreat, number 2. You fear success and probably take negative actions because you do not want to be criticized. Is this really working any better than doing nothing? So a lot of times I see you too in this business. I feel like this book relates so much, but a lot of times people say, I'm taking a step back, right? Or, they maybe had success with Success Club or signing coaches, and then life happens and they take a step back and it takes their business back. They're basically saying, I'm taking time off. I'm stepping back, but it's not doing anything for your life. I feel that, even he says in the book, which is hard because, life happens. So every situation is different. So take it how you want. But no matter what, success, your life, it has to keep moving. And I know we have times to grieve and dwell and all those things, but this has to keep moving no matter what comes your way. I mean, I've been through a lot during this business, and I kept moving. It was my therapy for me. It wasn't easy, but you got to keep going. You can't retreat. You can't say you're taking a step back. It's only going to kick you in the butt. You're going to regret it. So I see that happen a lot. People are taking a step back and they take a step back, I think, way too long. And then they wonder why it all fell apart. You worked so hard, right? Like a year, even some, I had one, 1.5 years in, and the whole thing fell apart. Because success, and he says it, quote, you have to water success every day. You have to water relationships every day. I know this is life by design, and we're creating this huge, abundant life for ourselves, and we should have so much freedom within only 3 months in. But guess what? You gotta build it up first, right? And then you gotta water it. So yeah, I'm still in hustle mode at this point. I water my business every day, and I'm still pushing towards bigger goals. I'm sure I could take a step back and still water it. It would be great. But that momentum would die down a little bit with all of you guys. I want to create big leaders so that I don't have to be on you and still teach you. You're going to be teaching your own teams, Okay, so number 3 is take normal levels of action. You do what everyone does. Take normal levels of action, sticking to the status quo. You operate within established norms. Really, why aren't you living up to your true potential? I love this. This is probably my favorite one. You take normal action levels or normal levels of action. Like I said, this isn't going to get you very far. If you have big goals in this business, you have to go above the Success Club 5. Maybe start at Success Club 6, then go to Success Club 7, then 8. Just keep setting the bar higher and higher for yourself. And you got to at least announce that you have that as your goal. I'm going to get 3 coaches this month. I'm going to get Success Club 10. I'm going to make this happen. And if you fall short, you do. You're not going to get discouraged because guess what? You're going to put in more effort, and therefore you're going to beat your last norm. So I hope you take that the right way, but normal does not get you very far. He even says, it's so funny, he says, what if he announced on the radio, come to this average normal concert, you're gonna have an average normal time. Would that be appealing to you? Would you want to go to this concert? No, right? Come to this normal average business meeting. Average and normal is just, it's not fun, right? If you want to be above average and normal, you got to do above an average as far as hitting goals in Beachbody. The last one, take massive action. And this one is me. I love massive action. And it wasn't until I read this book that I'm like, oh my God, this is me. And I'm going to even go above what I've been doing. But it just makes so much sense. If you have big goals, you got to put in the massive action. Take whatever action is required to achieve mega levels of success. Don't hide your light under a bushel. I don't know what that word is. Be the best you can be. I love that. That's mind-blowing to me, guys. Take massive action within your life, right? I mean, I know there's so many relationships that break up, and there's so many businesses that fail, and life is crazy, but I think that behind all of it, there was a reason behind it, right? there wasn't maybe massive action being taken. If you put in that massive action, you water everything in your life, it makes sense. You're going to have the results that you're looking for. It's going to be successful. You're going to succeed at it. It takes hard work, right? But it's worth it. It's so worth it to have a good marriage, to have a good thriving business, to be a great mom, to provide for your family. But it's going to take work. Everything is work. But that massive action, it's a sacrifice for a long-term reward. So that's all I got for you guys. I really want you to get this book. I am going to listen to it again because there's just so many amazing nuggets in it. So please download it. We're going to open up for like 10 minutes if you want to just talk. If you want to share your heart, share where you are in your business, share your goals. You don't have to. This is just optional. If you have a question, if you want to talk about something, like, let's go.
Is it possible when I'm wearing?
If you guys just want to unmute yourself. Any questions?
So, hey, sorry. I had kids around, husband around, everything. I had to run into another room. So, I am at this point where I am so confused and I don't know, like, I'm trying to like push past and I'm digging into my personal development. But what's happening is that I know the very things I'm supposed to do, but it's almost like fear. Okay, because I had hit like SC14 1 month, SC, and just so much was happening. I got so overwhelmed. I felt like I was in charge of too many people. Too much was happening at once for me. And it just paralyzed me. And I'm trying to just overcome that. And everything I do, I just feel like, okay, where is the fear coming from and how do I get rid of this? And no matter how I dig down into personal development, it's just not going anywhere. I'm like, I don't know if this has happened to anybody else before, but I feel like, why can't I overcome this?
What are you fearing exactly?
It was being in charge, that wow, it is working. Oh my goodness. It just, I guess it's just that leadership role, which I hate to say it out loud.
No, actually, I've seen it a lot. I've seen a lot of people hit goals. They're afraid of success and they retreat. Yeah.
But it's like time I come out of it now and I'm like, okay, every time I want it, I need it, and I know I want it, and I know I need it. And I will do everything else but what really needs to be done. And then I get so consumed with posting and trying to, get it done right. And then if I'm posting on Facebook, I'm forgetting about the challenge group. And I just like, what point is it just gonna, when pretty much what I'm trying to figure out is, has this ever happened? Am I the only one that
No, it's happened many times. I've seen it. And I want to shake everyone that it happens to and say there's so much light if you just don't give up and you keep going.
Oh, well, I'm not going anywhere.
I was very fearful of the leadership role because I felt it was more responsibility. I felt that I had to live up to a certain standard. But you know what? To be honest with you, it made me a better person. Sticking with it, beyond my fears. And the best advice that I can give to you is go back to the basics. Don't worry about the rank and hitting it. You have to just go back to the basics, especially you, because I know you fell off, and that's okay. I've fallen off. We all have been there, and it's good to say it, come clean, and move on. Like that's good that you did that. You know why? Because now you could take that for the future, and you can share with your coaches, and you could actually be relatable. So they're going to deal with the same thing, and you need to share that with them, So you've got to get back to the basics of inviting. You got to pick a program, and you got to commit to it. People need to see your commitment, and you have to definitely read personal development. But I think that's belief. That's definitely belief in yourself. And
right. Yeah.
You need to build that up, and that only comes from personal development. It's not something I can teach you and give you on a silver platter.
Right.
Pure personal development on leadership. So I'd recommend a great leadership book. A great one is EntreLeadership from Dave Ramsey. I love that book. and definitely the 10X rule. But I just think it's believing and knowing that you're here too for a reason. Like, I know we have talked, and I feel we definitely cross paths for a reason, and you have it in you. I believe if you're in Beachbody and you have a story and like God's calling you to this, like you can't retreat from it, you know? Like, this is
right.
like your calling in a way. What if I would have retreated and not believed in myself? You know, like, look at you guys want to be on this call, and all these lives that I feel like I've touched in some way, shape, or form, like it would not have happened. So you got to get past it. There's like a big light of getting past and becoming a leader. It's a whole new ballgame when you do become a leader.
Yeah. Okay. So that, right. All right. So another thing was, you know, when everybody says, oh, Success Club is non-negotiable. So when I didn't hit it, it just like, I sunk into this depression. I'm like, well, they said it's non-negotiable. And I just thought it would have happened every month. And I'm just like, it's just supposed to be non-negotiable. So I keep beating myself up like, well, you're failing. And I'm like, okay, maybe this happens to other people. I just see everybody that hits it. I don't see the people that don't hit it, you know?
Right. Well,
I'm sure they don't stop.
We're about recognition, so I don't think it would be good to announce the ones who don't hit it.
Right. But I feel so alone. I'm like, oh gosh, everybody else is hitting it, you know. And I just feel like I'm more focusing on what's not working or what I'm not doing, you know. So I'm trying to shake this off, and I'm feeling like maybe going to Summit might be, you know, I have my ticket. You know, I wouldn't say I have the money necessarily to go, but then everybody's like, find a way, get there. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to do that either. But I really do feel like it will help me, you know, seeing it's real and all the stuff.
No, it will. And
that's a whole other thing outside of my comfort level, you know, going away. I've never been away from home without the kids, without the husband. So This is a whole new, you know, but again, it's stepping outside of that comfort zone. So
we didn't have the money. I charged the whole summit. It was in Vegas. I flew across country by myself. I made it work. If I could do this introverted blue over here that overanalyzes everything, has emotions into everything, you could do the same thing. So a book that I too would recommend is Failing Forward by John Maxwell. Because, you know, it's just going to be easier to take failure straight in the face when things aren't happening. If success isn't happening, if sponsoring coaches isn't happening, you're just going to go for no, and you're going to realize that this is part of this business. And, you know, I have dropped rank. I can't even tell you how many times. I have had so many coaches quit on me. I've had challengers not even open their challenge pack or talk to me after they bought it. I mean, I go through the same thing. I just refuse to give up, and I keep going, and I go for no. So
that's really good to know, because, you know, I don't really have anybody in the business per se besides you, and I only see your success really, you know. But it's good to know that happens, you know, but you just keep pushing forward. I just see, you just keep moving forward and you're just more and more successful. I don't see the journey that you've been on, you know, so.
No, I share it. And I do share it because I feel you guys can relate to it. Like, I don't think any coach has been straight to the top, no failures at all. Like, that's just not a part of success. There's no way you could wake up in 5 years and be part of the million club. Like, that's unrealistic. So, of course, everybody has failures behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah, I only hear the national wake-up calls. Oh, she's been a coach for 4 years, 48 months straight of Success Club. And I'm like, oh, God.
Okay, the reason they do that, and Bonnie Engel even said she stopped listening to all the top coaches. So just to give you a tip, she stopped listening to all the coaches in the beginning, and she was like a 2-star, 1-star when I heard this call. And she started reading books like John Maxwell and Dave Ramsey and the guy Grant from 10X. She started reading success books because it pertains to our businesses, and she stopped listening to these coaches because it's very easy to compare, and I have definitely fallen into the comparison game. But the reason they're giving you tips on how to grow your business, you can't look at their big success numbers, you know? There's a lot of work and a lot of failure behind, and I think I heard from another coach that even though like Melanie Mitro has signed up like 300 and something coaches a year, 80% of those people have fallen out. So the success rate is high, but the failure rate is even higher. it's pretty high. There's a reason you get there, and the more failure you have, the more you get to that position. So don't let failure hold you back. And then I think the leadership belief, I think you got to keep going. You got to pick yourself back up despite all of these things happening. Because guess what? More time is going by that you're going to kick yourself that you weren't getting Success Club and growing your business, right? So you look back and you're like, man, the past couple of months, like I could have gotten myself back up, you know, but it was it's part of it. It was like a learning little season in your business.
Okay. It happens. Okay. Thank you.
And I'm here for you. Just know that. So let's have a call, just me and you, and we'll talk deeper on it.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, it's me.
Hi.
Sorry for all the background noise. I just feel stuck in Success Club. Like, I feel like my coaches are doing great, and they're all signing coaches. Like, my coach's coach signed 4 coaches, and then this person's like, oh, I have 13 people interested and insane. And it's like, I'm not doing it. And, you know, so just feel stuck.
Okay, the question I'm going to ask you, because you're my sister and I can be totally honest, are you inviting and are you being proof of the products?
Well, in the beginning, I would have been
every day.
crazy. Well, I'm not working out every day, and I struggle with staying consistent with the program. I'll like do like 2 weeks ago, I did or 3 weeks ago, I did 6 days in a row. I was super excited, and then I fell off again because I just get lazy. I don't have discipline.
That's one of the 3 vital behaviors. Honestly, I don't know what her name is, but it's Christina's Success Club partner. She made a great video and I'll share it with you. If you want to get Success Club every month, you have to be being proof of the products, at least showing people that this works, maybe sharing other people's results, expanding your network, getting new eyeballs. I know we talked about that before, but you've got to expand your network because the same people, I mean, you've been in this almost 3 years, the same people are seeing your story over and again. They know it, but you need all new people. And I think Brigitte Lindbergh has a great video on it also about expanding your network is, you know, you put out a deck of cards and everybody's already seen your story and you're working with the same warm market you've had for 3 years. Well, you need a whole new deck of cards. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of coaches don't do, and they're not getting Success Club. They feel stuck in their business. You need new people, new eyeballs, and you've got to send out invites and be proof of the products. It's the whole picture. So let me ask you right now, being honest, are you putting 100% effort into your business?
No, I don't feel, but the outsider's view, tell me, all you do is work Beachbody. You work it a lot. So people see that I'm putting in a lot of time, but I don't ever feel like I'm putting in enough time because of all these calls that we listen to. They tell you all these things you can be doing all the time. So me personally, I'm like, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. But people from the outside, like my mom and Ashley, my boyfriend, are all like, we see you working this business. You're always opening your laptop. So
well, maybe you're not doing the right activities because, you know, a lot of people might see that I'm working the business, but if I'm not actually sending out the invites and talking to people, I think that's what a lot of people don't see behind the scenes of what I'm doing. I'm literally, I have tons and tons of names. I am forming, I'm following up. I mean, my contact list is hundreds and hundreds of people. I've already started my prospect list for July. I have 5 people locked into order on Friday, but it took a lot of work inviting, using scripts, and, you know, putting on a challenge group. That was not easy. I might post all day, you know, my normal stuff. It might look like I'm working, but if you're not actually starting those conversations, that's where all the work is. That's a lot of work to be sitting down and doing that. So I know you were on vacation for a while and you haven't really worked this. So sit down, dedicate a couple hours, maybe even 1 hour a day to getting back on track with forming people, expanding your network, doing the power of 3. Those are vital things to starting the conversations up, but don't talk to the people you talked to 3 years ago. You need to go talk to all new people.
And I think that's where the problems I've been having, because I feel like every time I go to talk to someone, it's someone I've already talked to. And then, so I feel like I have to expand my network, but I don't know where to expand. What are some ideas on how to expand your network?
Free challenge groups, we've talked about this, are key. Every other month, I run a free group, and I think if you need to expand like you, every single month, hands down, a free group. And you need to get consistent with it And even if you've tried it, you need to keep trying it and get good at it. Get in Facebook groups and start talking to people in threads. Don't mention Beachbody. Get on your like page. Get on Instagram. Get in the Art of Recruiting that we are doing next Tuesday. I'm going to be teaching a lot of Instagram. There's so many different outlets, not just on your Facebook personal timeline. So there's a lot of ways. Through mutual friends, going back into your high school yearbook. I mean, there's so many ways. You just gotta go on YouTube and even start learning. That is vital. It's just to become a student of expanding your network. I think that's one of your biggest things is you need to work on expanding your network, hands down. I can't sit here and teach you for hours and hours and hours. I can give you a great clean eating and a bunch of ideas, but you gotta actually like do it. The action, like we just said, the 10X rule, you gotta go do it yourself. Good?
Thank you. Yeah.
Anybody else before we close out? No? All right, guys, it is 10 o'clock. This was recorded.